Ashley and Lisa. I'm Ashley.
I'm Lisa. It is January 2nd. Here we're in Kerwinsville, Pennsylvania. A little snowy and cold out today, but you know, 'tis the season.
It was slippy last night when we went home. It got icy pretty quickly, but it wasn't nearly as bad this morning.
I think it's the wind.
Yes.
It's pretty windy and kind of coats everything.
Yeah.
So Christmas is over.
Yes.
New Year's is
Christmas,
over.
New Year's, all the craziness.
Yeah, I'm ready to just be normal.
Yes.
If that sounds. So what I'm wearing? Do you have anything you're wearing?
I don't have anything.
Okay.
Yet.
I have two things. This is a sweater. I don't know if you can see. There's sparkles.
Yes.
I'll probably pack it away here. You know, it's kind of my holiday sweater, but it's just a plain Jane. I got it out of a book. I don't even know the pattern. It's just a crew neck sweater. But what I did is I held two yarns together. I held like a wool and then the paillettes, which is like a thread with the sequins on it. And they were virtually the same color. I didn't want a contrast. I just wanted it to be a real neutral sweater with the sparkle. So, and then I'm also wearing I believe this is the Hitchhiker, I think. And the yarn is unknown. It was years and years ago. It has a little sparkle to it also. Kind of matches the gold sparkle in my sweater. Kind of a one skein project. I want to say I got this yarn from Mary Lee's shop when it was those that are local. There used to be a yarn shop in DuBois inside Shop and Save.
Oh.
Do you remember that?
No.
It was like at the front of the store. It was something like Unique Sheep, or it had EWE. But it was Mary Lee Fazell that owned, she and her husband owned the grocery store.
Yeah.
And there was a little yarn shop in there. When I first started crocheting and knitting, I would go there and get yarn. I didn't knit because she kept getting on me about learning to knit, and I didn't know how to knit. So I was like, I'm good with crochet. So, yeah, but I used to buy my yarn from her, and then she closed right around the time I was opening, which would have been about 10 years ago. She was closing. So they retired, sold the grocery store and retired. So, oh, bless you. Bless you.
Thank you.
FOs, I have none. I mean, I finished up some things, Christmas things, socks, but stuff I'd talked about before, so.
Yeah, I finished my tube socks, I finished my hat, gifted those off, so.
Yeah, so I don't have any FOs. Lots of whips.
Yes.
So we did did you do a Christmas Eve cast on?
I did.
I didn't, because I was still knitting socks, but I have since cast on a few things.
Yes. Yeah.
So, okay, do you want me to start, or?
You can start, yeah.
Okay, so January is going to be full of classes here at So Crafty, so I have a beginner knitting, beginner crochet, which are full. Like, they blew up.
I couldn't believe there was like 40 some comments when I looked today.
They blew up, which is great. I'm super excited. So I'm working on the samples for the classes. Crochet, we're going to start with a granny square scarf. So I just picked, this is Riot DK. It's a variegated yarn. The granny square pattern has you change colors every round. I don't do that if I can avoid it. So I'm fine with using a variegated. So I chose this because it is, the camera's not showing how bright it is. It's neon.
That's what I made Ethan's muscle burrow out of, that I held with the black.
That's a little more true back here, but it is not pastel, it is neon.
Yes.
Which is going to be great for them to see their stitches, see my stitches. This is not my palette at all, but so I'm just making squares. They're going to get sewn together. I'm trying to decide if I put a border around each one in the same color. It's going to bug me if they touch and the colors don't match, but there's no way to make them match.
No.
So I'm thinking what I might do is get a solid or a semi-solid and border each one, and then they'll get sewn together 2 by 2 length of a scarf. And that's going to be our first crochet class. So I'll be teaching them to make granny squares. And I think I have like 16 people. I have someone coming to help me. there's no way I can teach 16 people to crochet by
No.
myself. And I don't want people to have that experience
Mm-hmm.
and not get the attention. So I have somebody come in to help me. So that is my first whip.
Mine, all of them fall over, is my love note. So
Oh, that's pretty.
am-
Did you get through the lace?
No, I just got through the first repeat. I think I'm
Okay.
on the second round of the second.
I feel it. Oh, it's making a nice fabric.
It is. It's making a really nice fabric.
Mhm.
There's, you can see the blue is my lifeline because I don't not loving this, honestly. I can't wait till I can get through the lace because I've had to take back so many times because I've messed up and then it's like the counts are all off. So I have put a lifeline before.
Do you put markers every repeat?
I did not, and I thought of doing that.
I would suggest it if you're struggling.
Yes, because I finally figured out I messed up somewhere, so I didn't do like, I think the last row, I just left out a yarn over or a like knit two together just to get
No
me
one's
back on
gonna see
track.
it.
No, I did have it done, and I was still probably like 5 rows in originally, and it was really off, and you could like tell that the leaves weren't looking like leaves, and it was like half of it, so I just ripped it all out, and then the first time was going better. This row I think is a weird one. It's like the knit yarn over,
And you have
knit.
to move.
The one you have to move, it's not that
Mhm.
one, but it's like a knit yarn over, then slip slip knit, and then the next row doesn't have that knit, so I keep like screwing up there. But that's it so far. It's the Shirsty Cat Frog March colorway and just a white mohair. So I'm excited though. This is my first time really doing anything lace like this type of lace.
Okay.
So I'm getting through it.
I like it.
I do too.
I like the colors. I
I
like
was-
how they're kind of marling.
I was a little worried just because it's very green. It's in this
It's,
little.
I don't think it's that green.
It's not with this, but I think in the ball it
Uh-huh.
looks very green.
And I think the white mohair is going to tone it down a lot.
Yes. And this was a Christmas present from my husband. It's a yarn cozy. It's made out of fabric. I know I have a couple that I've made out of yarn, but this one's made out of fabric.
That's
and
cute.
It has different Disney prints on it. He goes, I don't know, I got you a yarn bag or something, and it came in this little envelope that was like this big, and I was like, if it's a bag, I don't know how it's fitting in here, and I pulled it out, and I'm like, oh, it's a yarn cozy. I'm like, I love it. I'll still use it though.
Oh, that's cute though.
So yeah, but I'm doing the size large. Of
Yeah.
this, which is like
It's kind of oversized anyhow.
Yeah.
And you have to wear something under it because, you know,
It's
there's
lacy
gaping
and-
holes across your chest. So
Yes.
it's not like. My next whip is the next thing for class. So beginner knitting, we're just going to make a garter scarf. So I just picked a variegated yarn and I'm just knitting every row. I think I cast on 30, but they could cast on more or less if they chose to. So yeah,
not soft.
yeah, it'll be nice. This yarn's nice. They can choose any yarn they want. I just picked this because it's been, you know, sitting here. These are kind of my colors. And, you know, most things I end up going up for sale at shows or whatever. So I thought, that's kind of, you know, the ball. I'm going to get to some oranges and some yellows. And so, yeah, I just wanted a variegated something. And honestly, during the class, they can choose any yarn they want. And we'll just kind of wanted it not to be too thin and not too thick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think I'm using like a size 9 needle, 8 or 9. Can't read it. It's wearing off. I think it's an 8. But yeah. So that's my next whip, and this is kind of my travel project because it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
Just knitting every row. So like New Year's Eve, we went to a friend's house and we were playing cards and like we were doing a cinch tournament. So between like rounds, I would sit and knit. Penn State game was on, and you know, the whole jib. So yeah.
This is my next. So this was also a Christmas present. This
That's
is
cute.
Beautiful Sister. My sister-in-law got this for me. It actually came with this sock set, which they're
cute.
This is Woolens and Nosh.
I love their yarns.
And it's a self-striping sock set. It is called Boots, Bangle, and Boutique. So they're actually like the bag and the yarn go together. So I'll probably make socks out of this. But inside is a baby blanket for one of our friends who's having a baby. I started this late to the game. I don't know that I'll get it done for next week's weekend shower. But just kind of a garter stitch blanket with a little bit of a, get the lighting there.
Yeah,
There's a little bit of, see if you can kind of see there.
Yeah. Like a
there's little
panel
bit
in the
of
middle with like a border.
Yeah, so this is like a stockinette and then the rest is garter. I actually found the pattern, I think it was Tankian Knits, but it was only like a very small square and the bottom offset was garter and then the rest was stockinette, and I was not purling that much. So I just kind of got rough numbers from that and then just kind of went with it and made my own.
It's gonna be pretty.
The yarn I got from Knit Picks. It is a Heatherly worsted weight and the color is Sweetheart.
It's pretty.
So it's just kind of soft pink. It's not like an in your face bright pink, but it's like, I think I cast on 120 stitches and I am using, I believe these are not my favorite needles. They have like the little bend and I don't love them, but 4.5 millimeter. So I'm not sure. I don't know what that is. I think it's a 6 or an 8 maybe.
Yeah.
But that's my kind of mindless knitting currently. We'll see if I get it done in time or not, or I may just snip off a piece of yarn and see your project's coming.
My next one is, two of my friends and I are doing a knit along. It started New Year's Eve. It is called Changing Seasons. It's a mystery. So the first clue came out, I want to say it was, she said it would be released at someone's New Year. Like, and I think it was Bangkok. So it was released noonish, I think our time. And this is clue 1 finished. Kind of a lace with some stockinette. I'm using they were selling kits from Miss Babs, and I don't need to buy a kit, but I went to my half off room, and this yarn, I think this is all of it. I took the last of it because I love it. It's 100% baby alpaca.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's all 3 together. Okay.
Yeah. So it's kind of marled, stranded, and what they do is you knit for, so many yards, so many whatever, and they change 1 strand. So like at the beginning, it was 3 strands of brown. And then just one is the lighter brown.
Okay.
And then eventually, as I keep knitting, it'll be 2 strands of the lighter brown, 1 strand of dark brown. And then it kind of is a fade.
That's cool.
Isn't it? I've made a couple things. This is the last of it I have, and I probably won't reorder it. It's pricey. It's kind of pricey, but it was in the half off room, and I'm like, mine. Yeah. It's too nice to sell a half off, so I'm gonna make mine out of that. And I have 2 balls of it, which I'm not 100% sure it'll be enough, but it'll definitely make a big enough shawl that if I get close, then I'll just bind off. So, and it is in a, who's this bag from? Cottontail Farm. I bought it at, I want to say Vogue Knitting Live last year. And it's just like, it's a wool tweed, and then on the bottom is like a twill.
Or is it like a
waxed canvas? Maybe? Yeah. I just really like the colors. Yeah. And then I put all my things on it. I have a make one right, make one left. This was something I did for Craft Club last year. Everybody got like a stitch holder to keep their stitch markers on. I had made these. I saw them somewhere, and then I thought, oh, that'll be their gift for Craft Club last year. So that's my 3rd whip. And they said you need like, I don't know, 90 some stitch markers eventually. So I have my pack of, stitch markers that I'm just keeping in here waiting. And the intro, like you got an intro before the first clue, and they were like, yes, you really do need the stitch markers. Don't
try and do it.
Don't try to do it without. You really are going to need the stitch markers. So I have those in there ready to go.
Interesting. This one I did show last time. I got a little bit of work on it, and then it kind of went into timeout. This was my Slipaway Cow by Key
I love it.
Layton. I just added in the pink color. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it there. It's just added into it, and it was
It's kind of a rose pink, a little darker than the
main
pastel
color.
pink.
But it was really hard, and I actually had to really look at it, and sometimes I couldn't tell which was I was supposed to be slipping or knitting. So I knew I wasn't going to finish it before Christmas, so it kind of went into timeout until I'll probably pull it out here after I finish this baby blanket to finish it, because I do really want to finish it.
I love the colors.
And it'll just go into a gift. So it'll have this purple we'll have in this pink color, and then I'll go back to the purpley blue color for the third
That's
round.
really pretty.
But that'll be in timeout, and it'll come out.
I have one more, and it is, we've talked about it. This is in one of my Emma Ball bags. I heard the door, so if we get interrupted, there might be a pause. But it is my Elton sweater.
Oh,
I'm getting
making
there.
Good progress.
Yeah, I did. I was hoping to get through the second shoulder. I didn't quite get there, but you can see it is mohair and fingering. So this is going to be like the top of my shoulder. So I'm coming down my right front, and I would have had it done. I screwed up. I can't tell my left from my right apparently. So I did like this whole section on this side and had to rip it out because my increases were like out here, and I was like, wait a minute.
Something's not right.
So I left it and I went back, and so now so yeah, this is the top of my shoulder.
Now, is it single or is it held double?
Single.
Okay.
Single fingering, and then the mohair. A single mohair. So I'm loving the colors. I'm loving how they coordinate. There's some browns, purples, greens. Yeah, this will be very wearable for me. These are my colors. So I'm making some progress.
Yeah.
My husband ended up at the vet yesterday with one of our dogs. We have 5 dogs. And I got some knitting time in because he was there. They told him to be there at noon. And he maybe got home like 7:30, 8 o'clock last night.
Oh my goodness.
And she's fine. She's going to be, we knew what it was. It's, she has, and I'm going to say it wrong, anaplasmosis.
Anaplasmosis? Okay.
It's a tick-borne, she had Lyme's disease at one point, and this is like a tick-borne illness. But she gets real lethargic. She can't walk very well. We know it happens every maybe 6-8 months. She'll have a flare-up, and she needs an antibiotic, and she needs a steroid, and then she's 13. So we know she's getting older, and she's a little old lady. But I said I would take her today, and he didn't want to wait. She was kind of pathetic. So he spent his entire New Year's Day and the vet we went to was an emergency vet in State College, and he couldn't go in, so he had to literally sit in the car. They like took her in,
Yeah.
and then he just sat in the car.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
I have one more kind of flip.
okay.
So, I got a drop spindle.
While you do that, I'm gonna go see if she needs help, and I'll
Yes.
be right back.
So I got a drop spindle. I am going to, Lisa's going to teach me how to spin eventually, but I was like, oh, I want to try this, so I got this. It's just kind of a cheapie from Amazon. You can see it made something that is resembling yarn, so I was kind of excited. I bought, these are assorted mill ends, so there's all different, sorry for the crinkling, all different colors in here. There's some blacks, some blues. It looks like there's some stellinas in here also. So I just picked, the white was on top. That's what I went with. I've picked it up a couple times now, but definitely getting the hang of it. It's getting there. So I'll be excited to see whenever I actually like take it off and put it on a bobbin what it's going to look like. I think my goal is going to be, depending on what it looks like, I take it off, put it on a bobbin, ply it, make a 2-ply of some sort, and then maybe make something that gauge doesn't really matter as much, like a muscle burrow or something along those lines. something that I can wear it, or maybe even like a small something to put on the wall. I haven't quite decided, but it's definitely a learning curve, but it's been fun.
All right, so are we on acquisitions?
Yes.
Okay. So, I bought kind of, Merry Christmas to me. I got a couple books. I was watching a podcast, and they were talking about these Laine, Laine books. I ordered them on Amazon, and it's 52 weeks of easy knits and 52 weeks of scarves. So there's some really, really cute stuff in some of these. Socks. There's a few things that I'm real interested in casting on. But that they were well worth the money. They weren't super, break the bank expensive. And there's things in both of them that I really like that I will be making.
Yeah.
So there's some marling, there's some different techniques that I haven't tried. So,
That's pretty.
yeah, isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how wearable it is though. Do you see it goes
Yeah.
up here? Like it's a point at the back of your neck. The one in there I thought was really interesting was without, it's in a book, but it was a scarf and then you crochet lines on top of it, like kind of through your knitting to make it look plaid. And I was like, oh, that looks like fun. I also think these are kind of interesting. Kind of they call it a collar.
Yeah.
I wear a lot of vests, so I'm thinking I might wear a couple of those.
Yeah, and it's like not it's quite as big as like a cow.
And sometimes sweaters, like when you're wearing vests, they kind of bunch up under your arms.
Yeah.
No, I won't be able to find that, but it was really striking, and I was like, ooh, I think I want to make that.
I had bought a pattern for it was a kit from Craftsy, I think, and it was like a poncho, and that's you like crocheted into it, and I was just like, I never ended up.
I thought this looked kind of it almost looked like beginner knitting,
Yeah.
but then the I wonder if it's in here. I'm like, it was pretty striking. Well, anyhow, I mean, there were a few things in here that I thought, I love this vest.
Yeah.
I
That'd be
like
cute for minis too.
I like stripes. I thought this one was really pretty. That's kind of my color palette that I like.
Yeah. And really, you could do it any.
You could do it any colors. I mean, you could even do that solid.
Mm-hmm.
Like you wouldn't even have to.
Necessarily make it stripy. Or
Right.
even like bigger.
I thought this was really cute too. It's just a knitted scarf, but then there's little baubles in all different colors. So if you had leftovers, little minis, leftovers, I thought that would be really cute. It's called the Hilpa, Hilppa. But yeah, I mean, all of these look pretty easy. Maybe that was that scarf. I can't remember which book it was in because I sat down and looked through both of them. But yeah, I mean, there's things in both of these that I would make. I thought that cardigan was really cute, kind of color blocked. I wear a lot of cardigans. I'm like, I kind of need. It's kind of a big slouchy. They did it in 3 colors. Now, obviously, it's a lot of knitting,
Yeah.
but you wouldn't have to make it. I mean, it goes to her knees, but you wouldn't have to make it that long.
It's a lot of stock in it too.
Yeah, and there's some cute vests in here. Diamond
Ooh.
twill.
My goal this year is to make more wearables.
Mhm.
Definitely.
And
Kinda
like
add
I
more
said,
wardrobe.
keep track of, like, when you're getting dressed in the morning, keep a little notepad, like, in your bedroom
Yeah.
and be like, I need a black vest. I
Yeah.
need, like, because you forget when you're getting dressed, you're, like, digging through your clothes and you're like, oh, I wish I had. Mine was, I want more little scarves that are just a pop of color.
Mm-hmm.
Because I knit a lot of neutrals. I knit a lot of, not wild colors. And I'm like, oh, I could really use like a hot pink little something to put on.
Yeah. Just to kind of add in.
So that's on my, do you have any more acquisitions?
I do. I
Okay.
have, sorry for the crinkles. So this
Well, that's pretty.
is Haley's Comet. So this was,
Is that your monthly? Is that a
No, so this was, I'm gonna take it out. Woodland wool. So I got one of her yarns from my PA shawl.
Mm-hmm. Where's she
And
from?
So she's somewhere in central PA, but she just quit dyeing. Like
Okay.
New Year's Eve was her last. So it's this like purpley.
It's pretty.
Back here it looks a little better. Like
Yeah,
purple.
it's not as dark. It's lighter than it's showing
Showing
up
up.
in camera.
And then this is just kind of like a gray. It looks like it's gonna be tonal. So this was a sock kit. I had gotten this in her last restock, and I'm gonna make I want a 3 color shawl
Mhm.
in it, but I just
Mhm.
haven't found the one yet.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that I
It's
had
really
hinted at my husband to get, and he laughed because I had seen it again, like on Facebook or something, and I sent it to him again. He's like, "Yeah, you kept sending me that, and I had already bought it like a week before that." But
That's funny. So, coming up at the shop, I'm going to be doing a Valentine's Day party. So it is going to be February 8th. That's the Saturday before Valentine's Day. What I'm going to do is a mystery date with yarn.
oh,
So what you're going to do is you're going to tell me, it's going to be a pre-register, prepay. Only because there's going to be some legwork for me leading up to it. So February 8th, I'm going to do a waffle bar. I have a heart-shaped waffle maker.
that's cute.
I always, for my kids for years, we've made waffles on Valentine's Day, bacon and waffles, and I do strawberries or, syrup, whatever. But, so I'm going to do a waffle bar, and then you are going to do like a mystery date with yarn. So what you'll tell me is, I like red and I want to crochet. And I am going to put together a kit, gift wrap. So you are going to get a gift, of yarn, of a project. I've seen like mystery dates with a book,
Yeah.
and they wrap them, like you tell them maybe the genre you like, or if you like fiction or nonfiction, and then you kind of write on the outside of it, like, historical fiction, what, blah, 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 and it's a mystery date. So I thought, well, let's do a mystery date with like a yarn project.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
I thought that would be fun.
Yeah.
So I thought we would do it for, Valentine's Day. I've never done anything like this before. So I am gonna have people pre-register. And you don't have to be present. Like if you want a kit, you want me to, mail it to you, or you can't come that day, I can, make a kit up for you. So I'm gonna be posting that on Facebook and having people sign up. And this one is gonna be a pre-register prepay. Only because I'm going to be making up the kits and stuff, and I'm going to tailor them to your likes or,
Even like kind of skill too of the people that
kind
you know,
of like, do you want it like, TV knitting, or do you want a little bit more of a challenge? So yeah,
That'll be fun.
yeah, that's what I thought. I thought that would be like kind of a mystery, without being too, too crazy. And I try to find free patterns. That way we don't get into copyright and, that kind of thing. So I have a whole section of my Ravelry that is all free patterns.
Yeah.
So if people tell me what they want, and most likely they'll be like shawls or scarves. It's kind of one size fits all. It's not like I can, so it'll most likely be shawls and scarves, and I'll just change. Everybody's will be different. There'll be no two the same. So I thought that would be fun.
Yeah.
So I have that coming up. What's your next 2 weeks look like?
We have, I think we're finally dying down. I think I'm on call this week, so nothing crazy there. And I think next week's our swim test for the water rescue team. So I have to do that.
Do you have to get in the water?
We go to the school and swim.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, you don't have to like get in the river or the lake
No.
at this time of year.
No, luckily no.
No.
Robert was in 2 weeks ago or whenever that was.
That car went into
Yeah.
the river.
Yeah,
Was Robert in the water?
Yes, him and Lewis got in.
Okay.
So
Well, thankful for them because they saved. And there were like good Samaritans that stopped and
Yes.
helped. It was an elderly couple.
no, they were young,
Oh,
and
wha-
one had a medical emergency.
Okay.
Yeah.
Facebook is
Oh yeah.
is so, believe everything you read. But anyhow, there was a young couple walking across a bridge, and they ended up helping the people out of the car, which was a blessing. But then the car was submerged. I saw pictures. It was like someone was sitting on the roof. Was that
Yeah,
Robert or
that was
Lewis?
Lewis.
That was Lewis.
Yeah.
thankful for them because, and we have a number of bodies of water around us. We live right next to a river. We have Kerwinsville Lake. There's a few other, recreational lakes around. Glendale Lake, Black Shannon State Park has a lake,
I think they have some sort
dam,
of
something.
yeah.
I don't know. I know people, canoe and yeah, we have a lot of water things around that unfortunately we do need the rescue.
Yeah.
So
What about you?
I am just anxious to get back to normal. That sounds
Yeah.
so, but like my schedule has been so off and the kids being out of school and today's their first day back to elementary, high school. So I'm just ready to get back to normal. I'm ready to undecorate my house. I haven't done it yet, but I'm real close.
We can't until after Robert's birthday. It's
Oh.
the unwritten rule. It's the 10th, so we can't undecorate till then. But
Okay.
when Elizabeth was home, you had to undecorate by her birthday, which is the 17th. So
Oh, so you have a 7-day window.
yes, of when to undecorate.
Okay.
But ours will probably stay up for a while.
Okay.
We're still watching Christmas movies.
I have they taken a lot of them off though?
Well, Ethan wants to watch Home Alone every night, so
Oh,
we've
well,
watched Home Alone 1 and 2.
How are you?
Just doing good stuff.
We're podcasting. That's okay. You're fine.
Yeah, you're
We're
good.
fine.
We're
We're
almost
wrapping
done.
it up. All right, guys. Have a great 2 weeks. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.